Hey there, welcome into the show. Hope everybody out there is having a great weekend. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. Chase Sr. here with you. And coming up, stay or go. Which 49ers free agents here during the 2025 offseason? Looking ahead toward free agency, should San Francisco sign? And which free agents should they let walk and not pay? Before we do that, if you want Niners free agency coverage, that's the best coverage right here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Approaching 155,000 subs. So lock us in right now so that you can stay in the know with all things Niners every single day, year-round. Let's first take a look at all of the Niners 2025 free agents. And you can pretty much put Javon Hargrave on this list as well, because he is going to be a post-June 1 designation. Not technically a free agent right now, but he will be, given what the Niners did with his contract. So put him into the equation, and then these players also 2025 free agents. Cornerback Charvarius Ward, linebacker Dre Greenlaw, linebacker Devondre Campbell, offensive lineman Jon Feliciano, quarterback Joshua Dobbs, defensive tackle Kevin Givens, quarterback Brandon Allen, linebacker Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, cornerback Isaac Yiadom, left guard Aaron Banks. Next page, defensive tackle Khalil Davis, wide receiver Chris Conley, tight end Eric Saubert, cornerback Rock Ya-Sin, offensive lineman Ben Bartch, linebacker Curtis Robinson coming off a torn ACL, left tackle Jaylon Moore, and safety Talanoa Hufanga. Final three, running back Elijah Mitchell, tight end Jake Tonches is an exclusive rights free agent, and then running back Jordan Mason is a restricted free agent. And so let's run through all of these players and let's play stay or go. With Charvarius Ward, go. I think that he is going to demand not top of the market money at that cornerback spot, but near top of the market money. He was a second team All-Pro in 2023. He had a down year in 2024. He's on the other side of 30, getting a little bit older. But last year, he was one of the top corners in the game, and he was top 5 in pass breakups, passes defended, had a couple of interceptions, a true lockdown corner who has physicality to his game, speed, long arms, and ended up being a really good signing for San Francisco. Right around $14 million per year. He played for a lot of his tenure outside of 2024 at like an $18 to $20 million per year level. Again, because he struggled this year, I don't think he gets that much, but I think a team will give him 12, 13, 14, $15 million, and the Niners can't afford that. Noticeable slip in his production this season, down to 7 pass breakups. Missed some time, though, because of that family tragedy when he lost his 1-year-old daughter. He even said it himself. Anytime he comes back to California, he starts to think about the tragic situation that hit his family. So I think him personally and his family, they need a fresh start somewhere else. Dre Greenlaw, stay. Of course, this is going to come down to the price tag, but he is the engine. He is the enforcer of this Niners defense. When he was on the field this year, limited time, against the Rams, you felt and saw his impact right away. When he got injured in the Super Bowl, you felt and saw his loss and how it impacted this Niners defense. Him alongside Fred Warner, one of the top linebacking duos in the NFL. The concern with Greenlaw, how much is he going to demand, and injuries. He's in his late 20s, and even though he came back from that torn Achilles, got hurt again, but prior to 2 straight 100-plus tackle seasons in 2022 and in 2023, he was injured a lot to start his career as well. But no doubt a special player who's part of the lifeline of this Niners organization. Devondre Campbell, don't have to spend much time on him. Been gone. Jon Feliciano, go. In 2023, a good player who filled in at right guard, left guard. He could play center as well. Just could never get that knee healthy this year. And if you want to bring him back as a depth piece, I'm okay with that. But he also flirted around with maybe retiring, so I'll just go here. Joshua Dobbs, go. And I think this is more of Dobbs wanting to go somewhere else. He's looking at Kyle Shanahan, and he's saying, when our season was still alive, you started Brandon Allen over me. I'm going to get some more ample opportunities elsewhere. Kevin Givens, go for Givens. Been around for a little while. Not a bad backup defensive tackle. Little bit lighter. And the Niners need to get better along the interior, along the trenches. And so I want to upgrade from Kevin Givens. Brandon Allen, go. Just not good enough as a backup. Weak arm, was awful against the Packers. I know that Kyle Shanahan values him in the room, but you could do so much better than that with a second or third string quarterback. Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, I'm going to say stay for him just because the Niners are really putting an emphasis on being a better special teams unit. Kyle Shanahan did what he had to do, did what he should have done, fired special teams coordinator Brian Schneider. And so he's going to hire a new special teams coordinator. I think that new special teams coordinator is going to look at a player in Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles and say, we want him to be a part of our special teams unit, and he's not going to demand that much money. Isaac Yiadom, huge disappointment this year. You know, he filled in last year for Marshawn Lattimore, and I thought he was awesome with the New Orleans Saints. His Pro Football Focus numbers were very good. He sucked for San Francisco. A player who, when he's confident, plays well. When he loses that confidence, he's not good. Lost that confidence with the Niners, never recaptured it. Aaron Banks, go. In a contract year, I don't care what Chris Forster said. He was not good. And he's going to demand $8 to $10 million per year. Too expensive for a mediocre player who is a big disappointment. So what say you? Which free agents do the Niners need to sign? We're about halfway through that list. We'll get to some more players coming up here just around the corner, but join the conversation down in the comment section right now. Our sponsor for today's show, our friends at Prize Picks. Daily fantasy sports made easy. You pick more or less on players' projected stat lines, and you can win some big-time money. In fact, you can win up to 1,000 times your cash. And right now, if you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and you use the code CLNS, when you play $5, you get $50 instantly. You don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks has more than 10 million active members, and they have given out billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Our selections and our lineup that we like for the national championship coming up on Monday: Will Howard, more than a half passing yard. Riley Leonard, less than 167.5 passing yards. Jeremiah Smith, less than 80.5 receiving yards. That's what we're going with. You can tail us if you want. Pick more, pick less. Run your game with Prize Picks. Get $50 when you play 5. All you have to do is go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. We move forward here with our stay or go segment. Khalil Davis, I'd like to see him stay. I know he's been injured a lot, but the ability is there. He moves around very well for being 310 pounds, and because of those injuries, you can get him on a vet min deal. Chris Conley, good special teamer. For the same reasons that I talked about with Demetrius Flannigan-Fowles, he can be your 6 wide receiver and a good special teamer. And a guy who, if you need to put him in there at that wide receiver spot, he's shown that he can catch footballs when they come his way. Eric Saubert, go. Need to upgrade at that tight end 2 spot. He's been a journeyman for a reason. And when he had his hands on the football this year, he either dropped it or he fumbled it, and he didn't have a good year. Rock Ya-Sin, I'm going to say stay because this is going to be a vet min contract at a position where you're going to need depth. You have Deommodore Lenoir, Renardo Green, and Darrell Luter Jr. as players at the cornerback spot who are under contract. Outside of that, everybody else is a free agent. And so with Rock Ya-Sin, I'd bring him back, a veteran, former second-round pick, played okay in some opportunities that he was given this year, and I think he's a good veteran to have in that room. Ben Bartch, stay. When he stepped in for Aaron Banks, I was like, can he be this team's left guard? I think he could be. If you want to move on from Aaron Banks and save cash, and you want to try Ben Bartch out there at left guard, I'm down. He's barely making any money, and he could play center too. So positional versatility, pretty important. No sacks allowed in the time that he was on the field before hurting his ankle. Jaylon Moore, I'm just going to say go here because I think he gets too much coin. I think there's a team that gives him $10+ million this offseason. Mark my words, because teams are always looking for a good left tackle. Safety Talanoa Hufanga, like Dre Greenlaw, injury problems, but I want him to stay. And hopefully you can bring him back on a team-friendly prove-it deal. He's a player who, when he's on the field, you feel and see his impact like Dre Greenlaw. because they're always around the football. You can't coach that up. Elijah Mitchell, go. Made of glass, always injured. Unfortunately for him, has never been able to stay healthy, and it looked as though he was going to have a bright future in year one. Jake Tonches, go. Just because you need to upgrade at tight end 2, let Mason Pline get some run. Jordan Mason, stay. He is a restricted free agent. So the Niners are going to be able to put the restricted free agency tag on him. Another team might give him a boatload of cash for his standards, and the Niners might not match that deal. And if they don't, he can go somewhere else, but then the Niners get draft compensation. But I'm not confident that Christian McCaffrey's going to be able to stay healthy. Isaac Guerendo's always hurt. Outside of that, who do you have at running back? Really nobody. I don't need to see Patrick Taylor getting carries in a meaningful game. So Jordan Mason, good player, 153 carries, 789 yards. He would have run for 1,000 yards if Kyle Shanahan didn't force-feed Christian McCaffrey. And if he didn't get hurt against Buffalo as well. Be sure to give me a follow on X and Instagram, by the way, at Chase_Senior. Always talking Niners here and always talking Niners over there.